Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pussy Pop. That's P-U-Z-Z-Y, a comedic podcast hosted by two lifelong friends. I'm Brian, and this is my co-host as always,
Robert.
Today, we are going to be talking about cryptid monsters. If you don't know what a cryptid is, I don't either. I don't know the definition.
You don't know the definition of cryptid? Alright, so cryptids are any creature that is basically, not classified by, not accepted by science. So, Chupacabra, Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, stuff like that. That's what cryptids mean. It's any creature that has, footing, but it does not have any sort of, anything in science. It doesn't recognize the shit.
So what you're saying is any monster that is not real?
Questionable, yeah.
Not real?
Well, I don't know. There could be something out there.
Maybe.
But to science, they need, hard physical evidence before they'll even, sit there and be like, yeah, this shit's real. Even though you've had multiple things. But then again, it could just be some fucking asshole out there that's just like, bro, what if I just put on these fucking massive fucked up shoes that have, big-ass feet strapped to the bottom of them and just walked around the woods and scared the fuck out of people?
Like the Loveland Frogmen.
Yeah, sure, like that. Okay.
In 1955, a man was traveling through Loveland, Ohio, when he saw three mysterious creatures. Of course, the story has many versions, so he either saw them near Branch Hill over under a bridge on the Little Miami River. The unnamed man.
That's what always irritates me about these stories, right? There's always different variants of the same fucking story. The real difference is if it's the same person saying the story and then just changing shit, because as he's doing that, that's when you're like, okay, yeah, that's not what fucking happened. But if it's multiple people saw the shit and it's just their variants of the stories or whatever, but I don't fucking know.
Okay.
It's just really irritating because half the things I want to believe could possibly be out there because, this world's so fucking big. And we just don't know what the fuck is out there at all, to be 100% honest. Fuck, the ocean, 5% of that has been explored. Literally 5 fucking percent. So there could be some big frog motherfucker going around slapping people. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, but
go ahead and continue.
The unnamed man claims that he saw the figures, which were about 3 to 4 feet tall, conversing with one another.
Full on talking.
Yes.
Okay.
The creatures had leathery skin and the faces of frogs. In addition, their amphibian attribute, they also had a wand that they waved over their heads, which naturally scared the passerby. The story of the Loveland Frogman has been repeated throughout the decades, with the most recent sighting taking place in 2016. A young couple was out playing Pokemon Go when they claimed to see a giant frog-like creature. It stood on 2 legs and walked towards them.
Honestly, what would you do if that happened to you?
I'd start running. Fuck the Pokemon. I'm out.
I don't know. Depends on how big it is. Because if I feel like I could take it out, I might try to kill it because frog legs are delicious. And for what I'm seeing, those frog things are fucking huge. So I just feel like that's a lot of food right there. But at the same time, I'm fat. So if I'm with someone, if I was with my girlfriend or something, I'm sorry, bitch, you did. I'm tripping you and I'm running because I'm not going to be able to run away from big frog things.
Sam Jacobs took photographs and a video of the creature, but it was so dark that it only showed a pair of shining eyes in an indistinguishable shape. The story enjoyed some brief play until 5 August 2016, when Mark Matthews, who had shot the creature in 1972, called a reporter after seeing the Loveland frog in the news again to tell him what it actually had been.
The real question, did he kill the fucking thing?
The thing had been half dead when I shot it, he said.
Okay.
Matthews added that he had already told the entire account to the author of the book about urban legends, but that the author omitted the part that confirmed that the creature was an iguana rather than a frogman. He said that the Loveland Frogman has grown in the public's imagination until it has become an urban legend rivaling that of Bigfoot. I don't believe in Bigfoot either, Matthews said.
You don't believe in Bigfoot? How? You are one. You're a hairy fucker.
He said that. I was quoting him.
I thought you were talking about you. Okay,
no, that's what Matthews said.
I don't understand this. He said it's a fucking iguana?
Yeah.
But this dude said they're 6 feet tall. Iguanas, they continue to grow.
3 to 4 feet tall.
But they don't get 6 feet tall and walk on their, well, they do, like, they can run on their hind legs, but they don't fucking stand straight up on their hind legs, and they also don't talk. Who the fuck knows, dude? Some people, that guy could have been just high off his ass.
Have you ever seen a 3-toed footprint?
Here? No.
In whatever, Cuyahoga Valley National Park. Mm-hmm. You may have been hot on the trail of one of Ohio's most legendary cryptids, the Grassman.
The Ohio Grassman?
Yeah.
Wait, the Ohio Grassman only has 3 fucking toes?
I guess. Could just be a dude in a ghillie suit.
That too, but I thought the Ohio Grassman is supposed to be like a fucking Bigfoot.
Often referred to as the Eastern Bigfoot, the Grassman is reportedly a 7-foot-tall, 300-pound humanoid figure. According to the famed cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman, the Ohio Grassman is a more human-like appearance and more human-looking and are shorter than the classic Bigfoot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, fuck that still. Not trying to run into something like that.
No.
I ain't doing it. So, you know, cryptids, I know a couple. What would be the last one that you would want to, like, run into?
Bigfoot?
Bigfoot? Out of all of
I
them?
feel like he would beat the fuck out of him.
Well, that too, but at the same time, every time I hear a Bigfoot story, it's more or less they've wandered into his territory or something like that. So,
okay.
Like, there's some where it's like, okay, like, these fucking things throwing rocks and shit at my house. Like, shit like that. But there's, like, I haven't heard really many where it's the Bigfoot just going out trying to fuck someone in the face or something.
Like I guess the Jersey Devil would be another one that I would
fuck
not
that.
run into.
That one's, like, scary just because of the fact of how it has such, like, deep fucking lore and a fucked up backstory. And for people who don't know what the Jersey Devil is, it is a creature in the fucking Pine Barrens of New Jersey.
It's in southern New Jersey and Philadelphia. The Jersey Devil is a legendary creature said to inherit the Pine Barrens, like you said.
Yeah.
It's also described as a flying biped with hooves.
Yeah, it's supposedly a bipedal, like it said, a bipedal horse that has, like, dragon wings and, like, I think vampire fangs or something like that. Like, it's supposed to be fucking huge, but the fucked up part is that it's actually someone's, like, kid. Like, someone gave birth to it. Because the story goes, there was this woman, and I think, like, the 1800s or some shit, I'm not 100% sure. But, she was giving birth, and it was her 13th child. So, as she was giving birth, she literally said, let this one not be, like, normal. Let this one be a demon. And then she gave birth to, like, a regular child. But then, as soon as, like, it actually, like, came out and was birthed, it started, like, transforming into the monster it is today. And then it fucking crawled up through the chimney and then flew off into the night. That's what I know the story to be. I could be wrong on certain details, like, for instance, I don't 100% know what time. Could have been 1700s, could have been fucking 14, I don't know. But that's a creature I wouldn't want to fuck with. But the one I don't personally want to meet, like, ever, is either a skinwalker or a wendigo. One of those two, fuck that.
Dude, a skinwalker would be horrible. I've heard, like, so many stories of these people just, like, being in their house and, like, a skinwalker would be on top of their roof and shit, like, making noises to try and get them go outside so they can kill them, shit like that. Wendigo would be horrible too, because it's supposed to be like a dude who decided to do cannibalism and then got infected by a spirit and becomes a Wendigo. Like, and then you're dead because you're just gonna get eaten by your friend.
Yeah. Like, it's the fucked up part is, though, like how you said with the skinwalker, is the noises it makes aren't regular, like, howling or anything like that. It's literally mimicking the sounds of your loved one, saying, like, Brian, come outside.
Or, like, they'd be like, hey, honey, I'm home. I've left my keys out, like, in the house.
Yeah,
Can you come unlock the door for me? And then you go out there and lock the door. Next thing you're dead.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, I've heard, like, just being in my room, like, I hear, like, random, like, noises outside that sound like it's like a cat in pain, and I'm always like, do I want to go outside and see what's going on? Because I can die.
Yeah, see, I don't have cats that run outside, so fuck that. But, yeah, Wendigo, one thing, like, there's nothing that can really harm them. Besides, I guess, like, fire, traditionally, is what I've heard can harm a Wendigo. But at the same time, like, how in the fuck am I going to be able to produce the fire quick enough to be able to actually do anything to it? Because it's probably going to fuck me up before I can even think about anything.
Oh, definitely.
And there's no way I'm going to outrun a fucking Wendigo. Like, no fucking way. Just like a werewolf or something. Or just a lichen in general. Just any kind of lycanthrope. Like, one that would be terrifying... sorry. One that would be terrifying out of, like, the werewolf lores that I would fucking hate to see is the Lugaroo. No, the Lugaroo.
What's that?
It is, like a French and, like, a Cajun werewolf. Because you know how... But, it is a werewolf that is literally... Basically, when someone attacks this werewolf, it's like werewolf how everyone else is, but it's more, you are the beast 100%. But whoever kills it ends up getting infected with the disease themselves and becomes the new one.
So what you're saying is there's no way to kill it without you becoming a werewolf?
Yeah, that's literally how it gives you the fucking curse, is you kill it, you become it.
Damn, that would suck.
Yeah, that's just one thing I just really would not want to fuck with, something like that. Cause
no, definitely not.
I
would not want to fuck with the Mothman either. Yeah, the Mothman, I would not want to fuck with. You want to go on the Mothman Bridge sometime?
Where is that exactly? Isn't that like in Point Pleasant or some shit like that?
Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Yeah. He was also
Mountain Mama.
Supposedly by the Ohio River, stuff like that. After the first sighting of the winged creature in 1966, an Ohio copy editor dubbed the mysterious creature the Mothman. Although typically associated with Point Pleasant, West Virginia, the Mothman has also been active across the Ohio River in Gallinopus. Hundreds of Mothman sightings were reported in Ohio in the 1960s. And the mystery goes back centuries to the native Wyandot people that inhabited the Ohio River Valley.
Sorry if he butchered that name, by the way.
I don't know how to say it. Yeah,
just in case he fucked it up, I'll say sorry.
I'm very sorry. But according to the author Mark A. Hall, the Wyandots were plagued with giant flying bird-like creatures who would blend into the clouds and fog, destroying crops and plucking children from villagers. That would suck. Going out to tend to your crops and you ain't got none, your kid's gonna come help you, and next thing you know, he's gone.
Just, fuck. Dude, Timmy's gone.
That reminds me of that, like, Spanish demon creature who, like would call, like, the person's name to try and get him to come to them, and, like, she would kidnap the kids. Because she, like, died and, like, lost her kids.
Well, the La Llorona? Is that what you're talking about? The one that the movie, like, just came out for it?
I have no idea.
If it's that one you're thinking about, yeah, that one's fucked up.
What's it called?
La Llorona.
Yeah, it probably is.
It's the one that, like, there's literally a movie that just came out for it, because it's about this Spanish woman that had kids, and I don't know if they died or if, like, she killed them or some shit.
So it says here she caught her husband with another woman and drowned her sons in a river.
Okay, yeah. And she goes around basically trying to kidnap other children because she misses her own.
The lore states a woman was unloved by her husband and her husband loved their two sons instead of her. So she saw the husband fucking another woman and killed their kids. And he loved the kids more than her. Makes
sense.
I would not want to fuck with her either. Just because I ain't trying to get drowned in no river.
See, this is the lesson, boys. Don't cheat. You get some fuck shit like this happening, and other people's kids gonna get taken just because you couldn't keep your dick in your pants. Or at least, dick down your wife every once in a while.
Yeah, show her love, man.
Yeah, give her some Funyuns or something. I don't fucking know. Show her you care. But yeah, that's another thing is, like, Native American things, I don't want to fuck with. Anything Native American.
No.
Like, that's some shit that we have lived here for a while. Not as long as they have, because, they fucking were here before some white asshole decided to take over. But, so they've seen some shit way before we have. So I feel like 95% of the shit we see is like, okay, this, I don't know what the fuck this is. They're like, oh, I'm gonna come over and fucking rip your face off.
So I would not want to. There's a lot of things from Native American, like, history and, like, cryptids and stuff like that I would not want to fuck with. Like the red-haired giants.
Oh, yeah.
In 1926, miners excavating bat guano in a Lovelock, Nevada cave made a strange discovery. After blasting through layers of bat feces, they discovered a cave with strange skeletons that had unusual features. The skeletons measured in size from 6.5 to 8 feet in length, far too tall to be Native American origin. Researchers were going to dismiss the remains as nothing more than excessively tall natives, but there was one detail that forced them to rethink their assumption: the color of the skeleton's hair. When researchers examined the skeletons, they discovered the skeletons had bright red hair, a hair color not found among Native American people. Researchers were puzzled at first. Those mysterious people could have been and how they came to be in a cave. The local tribes had a theory that sent chills down their spines. Shortly after discovering the skeletons, the tribe was contacted and asked who they thought the remains belonged to. When the tribal elders heard about the skeletons' remains' red hair, they were shocked and terrified. The elders demanded the skeletons be returned immediately to the place they were discovered. When pressed for an explanation on their demands, the elders opened up and told the researchers of war between their ancestors and a creature that should not exist. The elders explained that long ago, when the tribe came to the region, they discovered the land was in the possession of horrible red-haired monsters that lived as animals. These creatures, although man-like in appearance, did not possess magic or fire. Primitives in every sense of the word. When the tribe moved in, the creatures would snack into the... What the fuck? No. This is supposed to be would sneak into their camps, but it literally says would snack into their camps. Steal their women and procreate with small children or food. This is a fucking reputable source, too.
That's fucked.
It's a magazine.
Wait, did it just say they procreate with small children?
Or procreate with their women. Or steal their women for procreation and their small children for food.
That's fucked up. They eat their kids and fuck their women.
Yep.
That's some savage shit, though. Yeah. That's fucked up.
Hey, I'm stealing your bitch. What? Why you gonna do that? I'm also gonna eat it.
No, they're straight up like, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna take a little snack with me. Daddy, no!
Outraged by these acts of aggression, the tribe declared war on the giants. Because the creatures were lacking intelligence, they were easily defeated until only a handful remained. The tribe warriors drove the giants into the Lovelock caves. When the creatures wouldn't come out, the tribe warriors set the caves on fire, hoping that the smoke would draw the creatures out. Unfortunately, the giants perished in the smoke and flames. The red-haired giants were no more. After telling their ancient story, the elders warned that taking the bones from the cave would bring about a curse and the return of the giants. Upon the elders' request, the skeletons were returned to the cave, and the cave was sealed up to keep the legend of the giants safe from the future discovery.
Where was this at? I want to go dig it.
The Lovelock Cave.
Alright, we need to find that. Let's go find some big-ass skeletons. We're not going to fucking steal them, because that's scummy. But I'd like to see them. But yeah, that is some savage shit. And those Indians are even more savage because the Native American fucking tribe killed all them motherfuckers. But what do you expect, though? They're taking all the women and eating the fucking children.
Yeah. Skinwalker.
Fuck that. I already talked about it.
A few years ago, a book was released that detailed the harrowing story of the Utah ranching family experienced bizarre activity on their land.
Is it the Skinwalker Ranch? Because if so, the Skinwalker Ranch, something real fucked up stuff happening there.
Huge wolf-like creatures dragged cattle away, UFOs appeared in the skies, and doorways that seemed to open into other realms of existence were seen in the sky over the ranch.
Yeah, that's Skinwalker Ranch.
The family in the book hunt for the Skinwalker. was told their home stood in the path of a wicked being called a skinwalker, an entity that was found in the folklore of Native American tribes of the American Southwest. To the Navajo and the Apache, no creature is feared more than the. I'm definitely gonna butcher the actual name of a skinwalker, so I'm not gonna.
Don't say it. You're not supposed to say it. Don't say it.
We're not supposed to say it?
You're not supposed to say the actual. It brings it. That's why they don't speak of it, because if you say the actual name for the skinwalker, it will like basically kind of summon it.
So
don't shut the fuck up.
So I can't say that word?
No, don't fucking say it.
Ye.
It's like Voldemort. You don't say it.
More commonly known as a skinwalker, although horrific and nightmare-inducing, the skinwalker is not a creature in the strictest terms, but rather a human being that has attained a certain level of knowledge in black magic. The skinwalker is believed to be able to take the horrific shape of any of the desert animals they see fit to spread famine and pestilence on anyone they deem an enemy. The skinwalker is fear personified.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with that.
Imagine going outside and seeing a spider, right? And it's just calling your name. Come here, Robert.
If I ever have a spider call my name, I'm going back in the house.
You might want to say its name.
Shut the fuck up.
For years, historians believed that the witch trials and executions were unique to white European settlers and their Christian religion. However, in 19th century, white settlers in the American Southwest heard a disturbing story of the Navajo warrior party that hunted down and slaughtered a group of men and women who left the tribe and formed a group called the Witchery Way. The war party believed the group was a secret cabal of skinwalkers. They believed these skinwalkers brought hunger, disease, and the violence. They brought the violence of the white man upon their land. This fucking article is trash. It literally says, disease and violence if the white man upon their land. When the war party was finished, 100 men and women were rounded up, beheaded, and set aflame.
Well, damn!
Although the Navajo and Apache fear to speak the skinwalker's name as if they believe it would cause a curse, the white man is said to have been victimized by this wicked practitioner of the dark arts. While on vacation in New Mexico, a family disturbed a skinwalker and were tormented for several weeks with horrific apparitions of poltergeist activity in their home. It wasn't until the Navajo holy man blessed their home and banished the skinwalker back to the desert. So if you're saying if I say its name, it'll bring upon a curse.
Yeah.
I kind of want to test it out.
You don't say that. I will never come here again. You're going to be here and me calling you, but fucking like midnight or something. It's not even going to be me.
It'd be messed up.
Yeah.
Not really. That would be messed up more if it was like someone more closer, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I see.
My mother.
But if it was Keith, it'd be normal.
Yeah, if it was Keith.
I don't know, man. I feel like Keith would be hard to replicate because how Keith is so Keith.
Yeah, if I just heard Keith's regular voice, I'd be like, what the heck? But if I heard this, because hearing him regularly versus hearing him how he normally is completely different. Because his normal voice is muffled by his constant drinking and being an idiot. Fucking boom power.
Yeah, he gets boom power for his money sometimes.
In Northern Virginia, they have a monster called the Bunny Man. Virginia, it's the Bunny, but I don't know if we can consider it a cryptid or a ghost story. One story is that he was a man who escaped a state facility and lived in the forest and wore bunny pelts to stay warm.
That's fucked up.
Is the same, except there's an experiment that goes horribly wrong, like all good cryptid tales, at the facility, and he becomes half man, half bunny.
Now, see, the thing is, if he's also half bunny, does he have the sex drive of a bunny? Because that's scarier than him just murdering people.
Yeah, him giving birth that many times and shit.
I wasn't going for that. I was going more for he's a humping crazed maniac. Just thrusts into the wind. That's why no one wants to speak of him. They just see him thrusting into the wind and they run the fuck away. Some people, they stay because they don't know what else to do.
The story, as he tells it, is that in 1904 there was an asylum not far from this bridge. Clifton residents didn't like the idea of mental patients near their new homes, so it got shut down. And all the patients were taken by bus to Lorton Prison. Then
what?
The bus
fucking prison?
Yes, then the bus swerved and crashed, Blitz says.
That's some bullshit.
They were able to locate all the inmates that were on the bus except for one. The escaped mental patient was named Douglas Grifton. After the crash, he disappeared. Weeks passed, and rabid corpses began appearing in the woods. Douglas was apparently eating bunnies to stay alive. This went on for a while. Then one Halloween night, a group of kids were hanging around the bridge.
Hanging around the bridge. Of course they are.
Wait,
on Halloween?
Yep, Halloween
On fucking
night.
course it's Halloween.
They reported seeing some sort of bright light or orb, Blitz says. And in a flash, they had all been stung up like the bunnies and gutted hanging from this bridge.
What?
The missing mental patient was, of course, assumed to be the killer. And the rumor goes, if you come here on Halloween night at midnight, you'll end up just like those kids and those bunnies. This all sounds unlikely. For one, there was never an asylum in Clifton. For another, 1904 was an awfully early time for buses to be on the roads. It has been said that every urban legend is based off a kernel of truth, and Brian Conley is the guy who set out for the truth.
Okay, so it's just some bullshit.
So Conley started digging and he found what he calls the Bunny Man Legends event. Here was what he discovered. In 1970, a couple was parked in a driveway not far from a train overpass when they had a terrifying encounter. Someone appeared very quickly, yelled something having to do with trespassing, and threw a hatchet at the car.
The fuck? Okay.
Conley
That's
explains,
some real extra shit. Like, some people just get angry and they'll chase you. This motherfucker goes all out, just throws a hatchet at you.
Conley explains they did not get a very good look at the person. All they got was dressed in white or light clothing and may or may not have something on his head.
Mm-hmm.
The story made the papers that something was on his head became bunny ears. From there, the archivist says the story started to morph quickly. In a few years, children were swapping stories about a man in a bunny suit chasing kids through the woods with a hatchet. The version journalist Matt Blitz heard involved a guy eating bunnies. Like a game of telephone, the stories went from one person to another, taking on increasingly imaginative details. Today, the Bunnyman legend has traveled far beyond Fairfax County. Fairfax, Castle Fairfax, Fable 2.
Yeah.
The Bunnyman is in Fable 2, confirmed. I gotta find him now.
Yep. Gotta find
There
him.
are the Bunnyman t-shirts, Bunnyman beer, and a Bunnyman horror movie franchise.
That horror movie is probably so ass.
I kind of want to watch it.
As long as it's not like Mr. Boogedy, we're fucking golden. Alright, but continue with whatever you're doing, my friends.
Lake Worth, Texas. In the wilds on North Tarrant County roamed the Lake Worth monster, supposedly caught on camera in 1969. Never saw it myself, but it caused a big scare in the area.
Now, we should talk about some monsters we have near us. Because
the Beast of Bray.
Yeah, Beast of Bray Road's actually pretty fucking close.
Reports of sightings of local citizens of a half-man, half-goat with fur and scales in July 1969 led to the belief of a mysterious creature that lived in Lake Worth. Newspapers reported and alleged sightings, including one in which the monster landed on a man's car after jumping out of a tree, another in which it threw an automobile tire at a group of people.
Imagine being the guy driving in this half-goat thing, just fucking drops on your car.
I'd be getting the fuck out of it.
See, this is when the good old-fashioned sawed-off shotgun in the glove compartment is a good thing.
Yeah.
See how good it goes, though. It might not do anything. It might just piss it off and then you get killed.
Newspapers also published a photograph purportedly of the creature, and the locals began driving out to the lake at night to get a look at it. Local police investigated the claims and found no evidence of the monster in the Lake Worth and Greer Island area. 4 decades later, 4 decades later,
okay.
Many, including Alan Pastor, who took the supposed photo of the creature, suspects that it was a hoax.
Wait. There's photos? You gotta find them. After.
Reports the monster ceased when school resumed, which suggests that the incidents were pranks carried out by high school students. In 2005, a reporter at the Fort Worth Star-Telegram received an anonymous letter from someone claiming to be one of the 3 high school classmates who, in the summer of 1969, decided to go out to Lake Worth and scare people using a tinfoil mask. 2009, Lake Worth, Texas magazine published a report about an unidentified man who said that he had been a perpetrator in the tire throwing accident. So this is the photo that was taken. Such a good photo.
What the fuck is? Let me see that. What the fuck is that?
Looks like a fat man. Looks like a fat man in a fursuit, and it's very blurry.
That looks so fucking stupid.
Let me see it.
That looks so dumb. Like, I can understand. Like, the real question is, who the fuck goes out and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna go out and just scare the almighty fuck out of a bunch of people, the whole summer. I'm just gonna put. Also, why the fuck do you have a tinfoil mask?
I don't know.
Like, who the fuck makes a mask out of tinfoil?
That guy?
Apparently. Like, what the fuck is he? Ugh, so many holes. Who the fuck knows?
So many holes in the plot that we will never know.
Exactly. But, you know, some people just need to do something. But I guess that
in Newport,
Arkansas,
or Arkansas.
Arkansas?
Yes, Arkansas.
Who the fuck calls it Arkansas?
I do know.
You do now?
The White River Monster.
Oh, the White River Monster. Apparently that one's just a little small fish.
Is it a little small fish? In Arkansas, there's what is known as the White River Monster, a large creature reportedly first spotted off the bank of the White River as far back as the Civil War. It's a big, scaly fish type thing, about 12 feet long, with a single horn on its head, and supposedly sank a riverboat or two. So that's just a small fish.
Yeah, just a small fish.
Sounds a lot bigger than a small fish.
Just a small fish.
Okay.
First things first, though. How the fuck is a river monster, right? Like 100%. It's a river monster. It's 12 feet, which that can't happen. But it has a fucking horn on its head. Like, I wonder what kind of horn. Like a fucking full-on, like, unicorn horn? Or like a narwhal where it's actually just a giant-ass tooth? Or,
you ever heard of a melonhead?
Like the melonhead people?
Yeah. The melonheads of Michigan are said to reside around Felt Mansion, although they have also been reported seen in southern forested areas of Ottawa County. According to one story, they were originally children of Hydrohamnamnumnux.
Hydrohamnamnumnux. I fucking love it.
Who lived in the Junction Insane Asylum near Felt Mansion. The story explains that after enduring physical and emotional abuse, they became feral and were released into the forest surrounding the asylum.
Why is it always asylums?
The Melonhead stories of Ohio are primarily associated with the Cleveland suburb of Kirkland. According to the local lore, the Melonheads were originally orphans under the watch of a mysterious figure known as Dr. Crow. Sometimes spelled Crowe, Krohe, or Koroh. Also known as Dr. Melonhead. Crow is said to have performed unusual experiments on the children who developed large hairless heads and malformed bodies. Some accounts claim that children were already suffering from Hamalama-Dumadax.
Hamalama-Dumadax.
And that crows injected even more fluid into their brains.
What the fuck? Alright, so he's injecting fluid into their... What the fuck is he expecting that to do for him?
I don't know.
Like, that just doesn't... Like, I'm not a doctor or anything, but what the fuck does putting more fluid in their brain gonna do?
I have no idea. Make their brain bigger?
Well, it wouldn't really make the brain bigger, just expand the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't necessarily actually make it bigger, just puff it out.
Imagine getting attacked by the Michigan dog man.
Dude, fuck that.
He breaks your leg.
It'd probably break your leg and then piss on you, just like how a regular dog would. Then it'd just beat your ass. Now, UFOs, how do you feel about them?
They're fake. They're all fake. 100%.
All of them? Every single one of them's fake?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes, every single one of them is fake.
Why?
Because I said so.
Can't go against that, I guess.
I know. That's why I said it.
True.
The Night Demon. An evil creature stalks the Tanzanian island of Pemba in the Indian Ocean.
What?
What do you say? It can change shape, a bat sometimes a human-like form at others. It prefers to come out at night, but some say they have seen it during the day. The Boa batwing in Swahili is indiscriminate in its targets.
Okay,
but
so it's not racist. That's
a common retelling the But in a common retelling, the spirit sexually assaults men.
What? Okay.
The story is a rather new one, only dating back a few decades from the time of the civil unrest following the assassination of the country's president.
Well, damn.
The popular thinking goes that after the attack, victims must spread the word to others on the island. Otherwise, they will continue to be visited by it.
Imagine if
Reports.
you're like real shut in and you don't talk to like anyone, and one of these things attacks you, and you just know you can't talk to anyone because you like physically can't. So you just constantly are getting your ass kicked by this fucking thing every night.
Sexually.
Yeah, that too.
Like, imagine you're like mute or something.
Aww.
Or imagine you're deaf and like you don't talk because like a lot of deaf people don't talk because they can't hear their own voice and stuff like that. But you can't hear all these rumors going around about how you have to tell people about it. So you want to know. So you're just constantly getting visited by this thing, and it's not just ruining your entire night.
Just I'm trying to eat pot pie, and this fucking thing keep putting his finger in my mouth. Like I don't like it.
Reports of attacks send some locals into a panic. A few years ago, a series of nighttime sexual assaults were blamed on the monster. Some men are staying awake or sleeping in groups outside their homes. The BBC reported in 2007 others are smearing themselves with pig's oil, believing this repels attacks.
Alright, so you know something has to be happening for these grown ass men to be fucking smearing themselves with this nasty shit and literally staying out of their own homes and sleeping with other grown ass men.
Yep.
That, or they're just, having an excuse to be fucking weird.
I think I don't understand it though. Why would you stay outside of your house? Wouldn't that like leave you more open to an attack?
I don't know. Maybe it's a thing where they like being in the house while finger popping your booty cheeks.
Yeah,
but
they like a good bed to sleep on with your hands.
Yeah, they're trying to enjoy themselves. Okay, they don't want to be outside where it has cold breeze and shit. You know.
In Japan, the schools contain an infernal secret. If you go into the girls' bathroom on the third floor of the building and walk to the third stall, you might find her. You have to knock 3 times and call her name. When you open the stall door, a little girl in a red skirt will be there. The little girl with the bob haircut is Hanako-san. She wants friends to play with, maybe, or perhaps she wants to drag you to hell through the toilet.
Through the fucking toilet?
Depending on which part of Japan you live in. She may have a bloody hand and grab you, or be a lizard that devours you.
A fucking lizard.
Yes.
Hanako-san. Okay, I guess.
Hanako-san has become a fixture of Japanese urban folklore over the last 70 years. The most popular origin story for the tale holds that during World War II, a schoolgirl was using the bathroom when a bomb fell on top of the building.
A fucking bomb?
Yes. The school collapsed on top of Hanako-san, who has been trapped there ever since. But Hanako isn't the only schoolgirl who haunts Japan's school's bathroom.
That's fucked up.
Kashima Reiko, another young girl, was said to have been cut in half by a train. Now her disfigured spirit inhabits bathrooms, asking children who enter the stalls where her legs are. The legend goes that if Kamisha Rika is not satisfied with their answer, she will rip their legs off.
Well then.
The woman of your dreams. In Brazil, a tall, skinny woman with long yellow fingernails and red eyes creeps along the rooftops and watches families inside of their homes.
That already started off real fucked up, but okay.
Yeah, that's just about as bad as a motherfucking bat that's gonna sexually assault me.
I don't know, man. Some people are really lonely, and that might actually help their ego a bit.
Or being sexually assaulted by a bat or having a weird tall, skinny lady with yellow fingernails and red eyes going along the roof.
I don't know, man. The red eyes thing is just kind of fucking weird.
Long yellow fingernails. What, you smoke a pack of cigarettes every 2 minutes?
You know how much cigarettes you have to actually smoke for your fucking fingernails to turn yellow? No, that bitch is just nasty.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she smokes a pack in 2 minutes.
Something. That's fucking. But either way, not gonna fuck with either of these things.
So she creeps along the foot tops?
The futaba.
She creeps along the rooftops and watches families inside of their homes. She watches them as they sit at the dinner table. She watches them while they eat. After the meal, when someone goes to sleep on a full stomach, she sneaks into their bedroom. Then she sits on their chest so that they cannot move. The woman that has attacked them watches them as they begin to panic. The victim's eyes partly open, but they're neither fully asleep or fully awake, so it's kind of like sleep paralysis, I'm guessing.
That's fucked up already.
Yeah. Hopeless and trapped in the body, won't move. Yeah, that's like a sleep paralysis.
100% like sleep paralysis.
Yeah, it's pretty much sleep paralysis. Like, it's pretty much their version of like when you wake up in sleep paralysis and you see a demon. But it's a girl with long yellow nails and red eyes sitting on top of your chest, sticking her nail down your throat, like that one video of the dude wearing the mask, and the dude has a long finger down his throat.
Yeah, dude, fuck that.
Her name is Maria. She lived in Mexico. The Weeping Woman.
You live in Mexico.
She had long dark hair and a covetous heart. The man she loved would not have her, so she took her children in a fit of rage, took them down to the river, and drowned them.
Well, damn.
One by one, when the man she loved spurned her again, she realized what she had done. She took herself to the water and threw herself in, to subject herself to the same fate as her children. But heaven would not have Maria, and she was condemned to wander the world in perpetual grief. She is La Llorona.
La Llorona.
La Llorona.
Yep, that's
the wailing woman. The one we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
The people who have seen her say they can see her walking, soaking wet, wearing all white, and she can be heard crying out for the little one she killed. She weeps, "Oh my children." Some say that she snatches other young children as she walks, mistaking them for her own young children she knew. Children along the Mexican border grew up with her story, which traces itself to stories about several different female spirits of the Aztec Empire. My earliest memory of her is being in elementary school and being in the girls' bathroom, says Terry Martinez, who grew up in Texas in the Rio Grande Valley. She and the other young children who would try to summon La Llorona in a bathroom mirror. The lights had been out, Martinez says. The door had been closed. They'd splash water on the mirror and say your name 3 times. It was just seeing who could stand being in the dark room and seeing how long we could stand there waiting for her to come out. It usually ended with a bunch of little girls screaming and running out of the bathroom.
So it's their version of Bloody Mary, basically, for that part.
Yes. Tale of the Jersey Devil will always be a part of the state's identity. Its origins can be traced back to 1735. I don't know what year you said or what you said.
I said 1800s.
To a woman named Mother Leeds. Pregnant with their 13th child, Leeds, who had already been accused of being a witch, gave birth to an infant who was said to be the devil. The newborn then transformed into a creature who had a goat's head, hooves, and bat wings. It immediately killed the midwife and flew into the trees, only to haunt the area for as long as it lived. Numerous sightings of the creature have been historically documented, and even monetary rewards were offered for its capture. Still, the folklore has endured and continued to terrify the children to this day. In Switzerland's Belschen Tunnel, it was built in the 1960s to pass between Eptingen in Basel County and Hagendorf and Solothurn. In 1981, the story appeared in the local newspaper about people having seen an old woman dressed in all white walking through. In 1983, 2 female lawyers proclaimed to have picked up the lady. They even asked her if she was okay. To which she replied, "No, unfortunately not. I'm not as well as all. Something really awful is going to happen, something very dreadful." As they drove through, the passenger, wanting to ask the woman in white about her health again, found that she had vanished from the back seat.
Yep. See, this is why you don't pick people up. It's not fucking worth it.
Yeah, don't pick up a hitchhiker.
Yeah, fuck that. Either it's gonna be some fuck shit like this where it's a ghost, or it's gonna be some asshole that's just gonna annoy the fuck out of you the whole drive.
Or try to murder you.
Or they're gonna be psychotic as fuck that's gonna try to murder your ass.
What would happen if
dead body?
A dude, like a murderer's driving a car, sees the hitchhiker, and sees him as like, oh, I can easily kill this motherfucker, right? And the hitchhiker's like, all right, if this motherfucker picks me up, I should be able to easily kill this motherfucker. So they're both serial killers,
and that's how they become best friends.
Or they both try to kill each other.
Nope, they just it cancels each other out. PEMDAS. Nah, they become best friends and go on a fucking murder spree.
Russian folklore describes a Rusalaka as the ghost of a young woman who can be found around bodies of water. Legend has it that it can either be beautiful or hideous, depending on which part of the country you are. Her purpose is to terrorize people by scaring their cattle, stealing children, and most popularly, seducing men and drowning them. In Russia,
damn.
The first week of June is commonly known as Rusalka Week. Traditionalists appease her spirit with offerings and music. Women ward her mischief off by not washing their hair, while men wear decorations made from garlic and walnuts to prevent hauntings.
Why the fuck do women ward their shit off? They're not the ones getting like kidnapped and shit or whatever the fuck.
They still gotta protect themselves.
Well, yeah, I understand, but like the men are the ones that are getting fucking stabbed. Well, not stabbed. They're getting like abducted and shit.
The Tale of the Manalagal is a popular scary story in the Philippines, especially in the western.
Isn't that the half bat, half woman thing?
I believe it kind of looks like that, I guess. Especially in the western province of the country. Story has it, if you find yourself in the middle of the woods at night, you may come across the lower half of a woman's body just standing with its insides in plain sight. The top half is actually a hideous woman with bat-like wings flying around to cause terror. Her means of torment is to suck the blood of those who are sleeping or eat the hearts of infants using an elongated tongue. The only way to defeat the creature is to smear crushed garlic or salt on top of the standing half. This is to prevent the winged half creature from forming her full body again, and she will perish as soon as the morning light arrives.
That's fucked up. Now imagine walking through like the park or something, and you take like a not really used route, so it's like actually in the woods part. And you just see half a fucking body of a woman.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm leaving, dog.
No, I'm going the opposite direction.
Deuces.
Yeah, peace. Fuck that. I will lose like 30 pounds running away from that.
What do you do if you're just like walking around the forest and you just see like a scarecrow in like a cornfield, right?
Alright, first things first. Well, never mind. I was about to say, where the fuck am I going to see that? Then I'm like, wait, Iowa? We live here. Duh.
Yes, we live by a bunch of cornfields.
I've never seen a scarecrow though in person.
I'm just saying, let's say you see one and then it just gets off its pike and starts running towards it.
See, I'm gonna get ass naked and I'm gonna run the opposite fucking direction.
Okay then.
You're faster with no clothes.
But are you though?
Yes.
You're running through a cornfield with no shoes on.
I've done it before.
You're gonna get hit in the dick with so many things of corn.
I've done it before.
I don't even want to know the story.
What do you mean? Fucking me. It was when me and Dennis were running away from like the Children of the Corn type shit.
Naked.
We weren't naked.
Well, you said I've done it before. I just automatically thought you were naked.
No, we were fucking naked. But I did get bitch slapped by a bunch of corn and shit.
Yeah, but imagine that naked.
It's not that bad.
It's all gonna just hit you right in the dick.
Yeah, see, that's if you have the mentality of this is gonna hit my pee. You have to have the mentality of this is gonna hit me in the dome piece a couple times and I'm gonna be good.
I used to work at a cheese factory on the edge of the cornfields in southwestern Minnesota. There was a series of 5 days in the summer of 04 and 05 where it was so hot that the milk being delivered to us on trucks would evaporate before we got it. It made work easy. The dearth of milk denied us any actual labor, but management wouldn't let us not come in to work. So we'd show up, mess around all shift. I was working night shift at the time. It was about 2 or 3 a.m. when I was out on the loading dock watching bats fly around the floodlights. because I like being out there in the cool night air. The corn was just as high as my shoulder, about 5 feet 10 inches, right? As I was watching the bats, I looked down at the edge of the cornfield. Something was moving there. It was the size of a small child and very, very skinny, pale, with something that looked like a head, straight black hair. It moved in a sort of jerky gait, like someone dancing the robot badly. It moved in chunks.
So, in other words, kind of like a marionette.
Yeah, so like legs and hips and torso, shoulders, neck, and finally head. It was also looking back into the cornfield, at least like it felt like it. Felt prickly all over. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a heroin addict or something at first, but it looked too much like a person.
So heroin addicts not people?
I guess not. It didn't move like a person. It didn't move like a person.
Yeah, that heroin addicts apparently you're not people. Continue.
It didn't move like a person, though gradually, step by step, it moved towards me, letting my curiosity better my fear. I moved towards the edge of the dock, which was raised a few feet off the ground. When I got within a few feet of the edge, the thing looked at me. I was paralyzed. I couldn't have run, but I was stuck somewhere between terrified and intrigued. It moved, its face still pointed at me. It ratcheted its body in the disconcerting, jerky movement towards the cornfield and went into it. Tried to watch where the field was as it passed, but the corn remained perfectly still. I noticed that all its crickets were silent. After a few minutes, nothing happened. I stood out there for an hour, but it never came back. I never saw it again. Kind of fucked.
Well, anytime you're in the woods or just in general and everything goes silent, I mean literally everything, to where you can't hear any birds, no fucking bugs, nothing. Yeah, you're gonna want to leave. You don't want to be there because something's there to make everything around it go fucking silent.
Yep.
So something is giving off such a scary presence, basically, that everything goes silent, even the fucking bugs. And usually bugs don't give a fuck unless it's something able to kill them. That's like, most of the time when it's us, they still don't give a shit. Like, they'll just be like, fuck these guys. But it's like something that they know will actually like fucking kill them if they hear them type shit. And like, that's just fucking scary. Like, just to think, like, imagine just being like camping and you're in the middle of the fucking woods, like butt fuck nowhere in the middle of the woods, and you're just laying down having a nice talk with your friends, and you notice that everything's silent, literally everything. There was birds like going off in the distance and everything, but now fucking nothing, just ominous as fuck. Like, all you can hear is basically the fire going, or just
crackling.
Yeah, just that's it. And then you hear something walking around your camp.
I'm out. Dude, I am leaving you. I'm leaving all of my friends.
Alright, see, you're an asshole. See, this is why I pull out the gat, I shoot your ass in the leg, and I'm using it as fucking bait. I was gonna say, hey, let's all be fucking protective and go and chill and make sure we're all good until sunlight, but no. You're gonna be, fuck this fat son of a bitch.
No, how about this? Get the fuck in my car and we drive the fuck away.
Yeah, see, I want to go so remote in the woods that you can't take a fucking car. You have to walk.
Yeah, alright, so how about this? Run then if you hear that shit.
If I hear that shit, I'm not gonna run. That's gonna make it seem like I'm prey. And I ain't prey. I'm gonna shoot a couple times and make sure it knows I'm there.
You're the fucking stupid white kid in a fucking movie that gets killed first.
No, the stupid white kid in the movie always dies because he tries to fight it. I'm literally gonna shoot the fucking air and try to scare it away.
Yeah, but what if it's not fucking scared and it continues walking towards you?
Then I'm leaving.
And hopefully none of this fuck shit happens.
Well, it probably will with our fucking luck.
We have great luck.
No, we have shit luck, and we have fucking monsters appearing the first time we go camping type luck.
Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Puzzy Pop. That's Puzzzy. We'll see you all in the next episode. Have
See
a
you,
good
bitches.
rest of your day.